Got to come back over here, double check. Looks like we got a few of you waiting already. We got awesome Andrew in the house, Michael Bilski, Teapot. Welcome, Teapot. Awesome Andrew. And in fact, Teapot, I believe I sent you an email earlier today. And let's just see. Let me just make sure everything's working the way we want it to. Can you guys hear me okay? And can you hear... Well, there's no game music at the moment to hear, but hopefully I'm coming through. Teapot, I believe I sent you... Okay. Sounds like the microphone's working. So yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to some gaming. And let my dog... Oh. Come in. Watch out. Sorry about that, guys. The dog interrupted me right as we're getting started here. Okay, so let me just hop back over here and check out my chat. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Teapot, I sent you an email earlier today because I believe it was you that was talking about setting up a Minecraft server. That's something that I know absolutely nothing about. I do have the PlayStation Plus membership now, so those of you who would like to join me in some gameplay, you can now make that friend request. I'll have to put my gamer tag name in chat or something like that. And that way you guys can connect with me and we can start playing together in either this Minecraft world or a whole new one. Whatever it's going to take for us all to be able to play together. Let me just check my camera. Yep, looking like I'm good in frame here. So how's everybody doing tonight? We got Carly in the house. We got Jade in the house. Michael Bilski. We got nine of you watching. You know, depends on how politically engaged you are. There's political events going on tonight, so I'd rather hang out with you guys and play some video games. We got James in the house. What's up, James? I hope you're having a great day. And so yeah, for today's gaming session, I kind of wanted to run through some ideas that I'm working on for this week's video. I think I want to start using these live streams as sort of practice for my talking points, trying to figure out different things that I can do to help kind of expedite my video production while also having some game time, some enjoyable game time. It's kind of slash downtime also work because I've been going nonstop all day. Oh no, need that. Doesn't look like I have any food. Have any food in here? All right, we'll grab that. And for now, I'm just going to offload everything until we decide what we want to do for building today. Just gonna quickly dump everything here and... Oh, there's some chicken. All right, that's what I need. Okay, so... Carly says, what games do you have? So I have Minecraft. Thanks to the PS Plus membership, I was able to get Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is pretty cool so far. I got Grand Theft Auto, Stardew Valley, Assassin's Creed, No Man's Sky, Red Dead Redemption, Kingdom Come. I got some other games in my library that aren't downloaded at the moment. But right now, I don't have a whole lot to choose from. I haven't been doing a whole lot of gaming in the past few years. And maybe now that I'm doing live streaming, I can start getting myself up to date with the gaming world and, catch up with the coolest and newest productions. I do have an affinity for game design myself. It was one of my many passions I've discovered at some point in life. And I've been lately exploring rediscovering that passion as now that I have my own business that I'm building, I have my own ways to implement it into what I'm doing. Originally, when I first studied the subject of gamification, I was working for another company. I was trying to implement it in that company, and they just weren't having it. And I was way overly passionate about it. Hoping to have the server ready for initial testing by the end of the week. Awesome, that's super cool. Yeah, we'll have to connect, and if you send me another email, I'll get you a link to my Discord community where we can connect more directly. Definitely, I'm looking forward to working with you on that. That sounded really cool, and it would be a great way for me, basically, to develop my skills as a leader by leading a group of us in a building project, something like that. Recently, I've started to try and expand my team here out. I am training a brand manager to be a part of the team, so that way I can really build this business out and start doing some more fun and awesome things for you guys once I get the proper cash flow in order. So the subject that I wanted to discuss today, you guys, those of you who are here, you guys are pretty solid hardcore fans. I'm sure you all already know about the powder giveaway, the Dynamo's Diaper powder giveaway for hitting 10,000 subscribers. By the way, someone did congratulate me for passing 10,000. That was Teapot. Super awesome milestone for any YouTuber to hit. A lot of YouTubers don't make it this far in their creator journey to the point of hitting 10,000 subscribers. So definitely an accomplishment worth celebrating. And in celebration, I'm giving away 10 bottles of Dynamo's Diaper powder to 10 of you in the audience. So a bottle apiece. I realize that when I say that, it kind of sounds like I'm giving 10 bottles to each person. But no, one bottle apiece goes to each winner. So if you haven't already entered in for your chance to win that, there is a link in the description below. Go check that out. It's basically puts you on my email list, which is one of the best ways for me to narrow down all of my audiences to those of you who are actually interested in winning Dynamo's Diaper powder. On other Dynamo's Diaper powder news, I got on this subject because I'm getting ready to release the lavender version of the powder. And I'm starting to realize one of the things that I need to do as a creator of my own product, also as a content creator as well, is create more content telling you guys about different things about the powder industry that I've learned in the past, 3-6 months that I've been trying to develop my own line of powders. So that is what the next few videos are going to be covering. There are some blog posts on my website. Where I discuss some of these things. Moises says, do you have any advice on building a company? Yeah, I got a lot of advice. It depends on what kind of company you're trying to build, but as a content creator, I believe in the content creation model, and I believe that if you're not creating content in whatever arena you're trying to build a company in, that you ultimately will lose to those of us who are. Because, one of the things with creating content is it's a way to serve your target demographic and providing them a lot of value at no cost to them. And so, yeah. I mean, it just depends on what kind of company you want to build. And let's be honest, I'm still a growing entrepreneur. It's not like I've built a massive company myself. I'm working on doing that. It's my ambition to do that. But I'm not sure if I'm the best person to give business advice. I've been struggling as an entrepreneur just to pay my bills. And, yeah, you might want to wait to ask me that question for, another 5 years. Carly says, do you remember your first passion or passions? Yeah, there's been a lot. I would say one of my first passions was rap and hip hop. Jade with the super chat. Thank you so much, Jade. My number one. That's Jade. Jade right there. She's gonna be the new brand manager for the company. I'm training her on how to do all that. So thank you so much, Jade. Appreciate all the love and support, and the super chat. So yeah, guys, don't forget that the super chat's there. It's one way to help out the content. I'm going to stop jabber-jawing for a second while I figure out exactly what we're trying to do here for this section of the build. I feel like I want to build out the home this more. This is like a boring box. So I think for the duration of gameplay today, we're going to focus on trying to make this building look a bit cooler. Alright, so that's what we'll focus on. And on that note, I need some glass because this bad boy needs some windows. So let's see if we have any sand here. Alright, so we got sand. Let's go ahead and get some sand cooking. Can you guys hear the video game music right now? I'm not sure I set my equipment up right. You should hopefully be able to hear it. Moises says, I want to build a diaper company. So if you mean you want to get to the point where you can have your own diaper line, I mean, you'd have to define diaper company just because there's a lot of different types of diaper companies. So I'm going to assume by that you mean actual diapers, like adult diapers. James H. says, lavender is a great smell, so is eucalyptus. Moises just joined my membership program. Thanks, Moises. Appreciate that. You know what? I have it on my schedule, my to-do list, to actually update the perks in the YouTube membership program. Just because whatever is currently in there, I do not actually currently deliver on. I need to reassess that program and refine it, make it a bit better, so that way it's actually providing what it says it provides. I mean, at the very least, I should just say, like, hey, if you want to help support the content in the channel, join the membership program, and just say that, like, hey, you're helping support all of this awesome content I try to do for you guys every freaking day of my life. So we were talking about the video that I want to do this week. I'm thinking that I'm going to do, it's going to be titled Wearing Diapers, but Should I Use Baby Powder? And I want to discuss some of the ongoing controversies around baby powder, talcum powder, kind of like inform you guys of some of the stuff that I've learned. So yeah, I'm going to run through the talking points that I've created so far, and we'll see where it goes from there. So, when you need to wear diapers, you might be wondering if you should use baby powder. I mean, how many of you in the audience, how many of you here right now, do you use baby powder yourself when you diaper up? Give me a yes or a no in chat. Yes, I use baby powder. No, I do not use baby powder. If you do use baby powder, do you use it every diaper change, or do you just use it occasionally? How often do you use baby powder yourself? Give me some feedback here, folks. Moises says, I want to make my own diaper for adults and babies and disabled and the fetish community. Okay, I mean, that's something that you can probably connect with me and discuss, but when it comes to actually... Now, keep in mind, this is just a number I've heard quoted from another professional in the industry, and I would have to defer to his expertise because he's actually done it and he knows what it costs. I have heard that to start your own diaper line, you're going to need at least $250,000, so $250,000. So you could, one thing you could do that if you don't want to, build your own content portfolio like what I'm doing, is you could partner up with me. So if you have that kind of financing and you want to partner up with me to create a diaper company, send me an email. I would love to expedite my own plans to getting there, because that is actually something I would like to do as well, is have my own line of diapers at some point. So yeah, that is a pretty steep entry price to be able to do something like that. And if you don't have those kinds of funds, then the best advice I can give you to get to that point is to create content. Because content is free to create. All it takes is time and effort. And by doing that, you can start creating an audience who's interested in the subject matter that you want to talk about, which is diapers. And yeah, that would be my best advice. But again, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask for business advice at this point. Yeah. Ideally, the plan that I have, the strategies that I'm working, should make me a good person to ask for advice in about 5 or 10 years. Teapot says, I've been thinking about making content again, not sure if I'm ready for that level of commitment. Yeah, I mean, people seem to have a misconception about content creation. They seem to think that it's so easy, that all you have to do is, like, live stream video games. And in some cases, live streaming, it's one of the easier forms of content to create, but you still have to engage with the audience. You still have to entertain. So if I were just playing by myself right now, I'd just be relaxing and watching some TV while I play this video game and just sort of vegging out and not having to engage. But yeah, content creation is a lot more work than people realize. Especially when you don't have the creative skills necessary to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So you might have a particular vision in your head on how you want a particular video or piece of content to go, and then you actually go to create that thing, and you realize, oh, I don't have this skill that I need to make this thing that I want to make, or this skill that I need to make this thing that I want to make. And then you have to go acquire those skills to be able to complete the creative vision that you have in your mind. And sometimes you don't actually pull it off. But it's a learning process every single step of the way with every piece of content that you make. So yeah. And then on top of that, in this line of business, or in this particular niche, the diaper niche, it's hard to make a full-time living doing content. You have to be pretty agile and willing to make a diverse range of content and serve the entire community and do things like create your own products and partner with brands, all sorts of stuff. Content creation is its own form of a full-time job. Yeah, you got that right. That's why I think it's funny when people sneer at content creators. Like, don't you laugh, but content creator. First off, I've got a great life. I've got full control over my schedule. I might be struggling to pay my bills, but I have a feeling I'm about to get past that phase of this endeavor. And it's the most rewarding work I've ever done. Being able to serve you guys and provide you with helpful information that makes your life of needing to wear diapers better. Whatever your reasons are for wearing diapers, there are a lot of ways to make that whole situation better. And the vast majority of them have to do with your frame of mind and how you think about it. So a lot of people, they feel miserable for needing these products, and that's simply just a state of mind and a state of consciousness and a way that people feel because that's how society has told them they should feel. So anyway, to get back to the content I'm trying to make this week. I don't like that. Alright, controversial. DGM says, are you going to get people on the server? Yes, once the server's set up, we will be inviting people to join the server. That's the whole idea, right? That's what you set up a server for. So, none of you answered me. Based on my experience in the manufacturing world, a quarter mil sounds about right. Um, yeah, I forgot. You've got some experience in that world. So, what I wanted to talk about was baby powder. Do you use baby powder? Yes or no? Work with me here, guys. Put it in the chat. Do you use baby powder? Yes or no? And if you do use baby powder, do you use it every diaper change or just on occasion? Oh, did I miss your answers? Yes, but only occasionally. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I missed your answers. I've been thinking about making note every diaper rash stinks. Yes, diaper rashes suck. The crinkly dream of all. Referring to content. Okay. All right, so we got a few no's. We got a few yeses. Sometimes on occasion. Okay, so a little bit of both, a little bit of yes, a little bit of no. So one of the things that people tend to search for online is whether or not they should use baby powder or not. And this is generally in relation to the concerns with talcum powder. So, I mean, I prefer to call baby powder diaper powder. You guys know that. I'm trying to reframe it as diaper powder from baby powder. But definitely avoid any powders, any kind of diaper powder or makeup. For my ladies in the audience, if you're watching this on the replay, avoid any kind of product that has talcum powder in it. The reason is that, well, first off, the cat's kind of out of the bag now. Whether or not you should use powder, I'm jumping all over the place here. Yeah, so a lot of you may have heard, or maybe you haven't heard, that Johnson & Johnson, one of the most famous powder makers in all of history, in fact, I would argue that Johnson & Johnson is primarily known because of their baby powder, that in the last few years, they've been fighting a lot of lawsuits. So I think the numbers on this, the reporting on this varies depending on who's talking about it, but most reports say that there's anywhere from 38,000 to 40,000 lawsuits been filed against Johnson & Johnson, claiming that their talcum powder did them some level of harm. Now, the reason for this is so as a result of those lawsuits, I'm jumping all over my notes here. Because I'm not actually reading my notes as I'm trying to tell you guys about this, I'm kind of messing it up. It's supposed to be practice, but it's, whatever. It's whatever. But basically, at the beginning of this year, at the beginning of 2023, Johnson & Johnson discontinued the production and sale of their talcum powder globally. So prior to this year, they had discontinued selling talcum powder in a number of countries that had started legislating against it. But this year, they finally caught up to where the rest of the market is at, and they've discontinued. So as a result of all of the controversy surrounding them and talcum powder, most new powder products emerging on the market, especially most new powder products like mine, are avoiding the use of talcum entirely. And also, when you think about it from a business perspective, it just makes more sense from a business perspective, from an ecological perspective. Talcum is a mineral that occurs in the earth. And one reason why it is hazardous to use is because this particular mineral also occurs next to asbestos. Asbestos and talcum, that I don't know if they kind of like intertwine with each other when and where they occur in the earth, but the fact is when you mine talcum powder, you're bound to get some asbestos contamination. And despite all of the claims that Johnson & Johnson has made that their powder is completely safe, they have admitted in the past that it does contain trace amounts of asbestos. And so there's studies and arguments that show that Johnson & Johnson, like many big corporations out there, has known about this issue with their product for many decades. They've known that it's harmful, they've had evidence for it for many decades, and rather than owning up to it and recalling the product and making changes, 30, 40 years ago, they decided to continue business as is. So keep in mind, there's some evidence for this. This stuff's still being litigated. These are all allegations. As far as I know, I don't know of any. It has been proven in a court of law. So let me just cover my bases here and say these are allegations. Johnson & Johnson does deny that their product causes harm, and they're fighting against it, obviously. So now let me talk about that a little bit, because to me, this just does not look good, right, for a company. So basically, in order to avoid having to bear the responsibility that are saying that Johnson & Johnson's product caused them ovarian cancer or mesothelioma, which are both things that are caused by asbestos getting into the system, basically what they did was they created a spin-off company, a smaller spin-off company, and they assigned all liability of those claims to this spin-off company, and they immediately put this spin-off company into bankruptcy. All right, this is a tactic that's being used and deployed by a lot of nefarious and despicable people. Some of you may or may not be familiar with the Sackler family, but the Sackler family is a family of people who own a pharmaceutical company. I think it's Purdue Pharma or something like that. Anyway, they've been using that same tactic to try and avoid having to pay for the damages they've done with the opioid crisis. And so now Johnson & Johnson tried to use it. But the newest update in this saga is that a judge has struck down that attempt at declaring bankruptcy. Basically, the judge looked at this little spin-off company and said, well, this isn't really legitimate because this spin-off company still has access to J&J's substantial amount of assets. So basically, they ruled that the liability in this company, you just can't declare bankruptcy on it. So that's a positive update, the most recent update in this case that just came out a few days ago. Yeah, so that's the main reason that the entire market has begun to move away from talcum-based powders. So should you use baby powder? The answer depends, but you should definitely not use talcum-based baby powder. All right, but why does the answer depend? So for those of you who only wear at night or only wear diapers at night or only wear diapers on occasion, you might not need the extra protection and comfort that baby powder can provide you. You might not notice any difference by using it. You may decide you like to use it just for the particular fragrance that you get out of it. But other than that, I mean, you might not see the actual benefits from using baby powder like someone like myself does, who needs to wear diapers all the time, and also because I'm a little bit more rash prone, my skin's sensitive to rashes, so I do need the extra protection where I can get it. So that's the part of my notes here I don't think I've gotten to yet. But I lost my train of thought. Alright, let me just take a break here on what I'm saying, because I'm not actually doing building, I'm just kind of walking around talking. And I'm just going to interact with you guys for a second. So we got Chris in the house. What's up, Chris? Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And we got Steven in the house. What's up, Steven? Hope you're having a great day today. Okay. So definitely let me know your thoughts on the J&J situation, as well as what you think about powder. Well, that did not work as planned. So yeah, I've been dubbing this whole thing the Great Powder Conspiracy, because it just seems like these days, whenever a company gets big enough, there's always some sort of conspiracy connected to them. And what's true of the oil industry is now true of the baby powder industry, which is crazy to think about. Make sure it's still working here. So we got Sabrina saying, I love the smell of powder. So Sabrina, what smell is it that you love? Is it the classic Johnson & Johnson baby powder smell that you're fond of? Because that seems to be what most people are... that seems to be what most people like. I do like it myself. But now that they're discontinuing their talcum formula, I don't know if they're still using that same fragrance, honestly. Yeah, the classic for sure. So we have a lot of people like that, and they've been asking me like if I can recreate that fragrance. I don't know if that is actually something legally I can do. There's probably some proprietary rights to the actual fragrance formula itself. But I do hope to create something that's along those lines that would be appealing. Alright, dude. Stay in or out. Pick one. Come on. Yeah, so that's the thing, is I've seen things like incense and candles that have a baby powder smell. So I don't know if they're just using like a knockoff formula of the fragrance, so maybe it's like similar formula but a step over to the point where it's not gonna have any legal trouble. That's something that I haven't yet looked into, just because I'm just now getting to fragrances on my own powder. I'm about to release the lavender formula for my powder. And something like that, obviously, because it's, lavender, it's the fragrance of lavender, I don't, that's not really something that I have to worry about for that. But for something like the Johnson & Johnson fragrance, I'd be surprised if there weren't any legalities that I needed to cover for that. Could be wrong. Obviously, people do it, so, it doesn't mean they're doing it right. Also, essential oils. See, yeah, it's there's a lot of products that have that fragrance, so it's just not something I've looked into yet. A lot of stuff in my day-to-day. This right here is me winding down my day and making game time productive time by hanging out with you guys. So that is what I like to call a win-win scenario. A win-win scenario. I don't know why I'm talking like that. So guys, do you have any question about baby powder or talcum powder? Any questions on why you should use it or why you shouldn't use it? So I didn't actually get to all of the things that I still need to cover because I haven't written them down yet, but they're in my brain, so let's see if we can dig them out. So when it comes to baby powder, cornstarch, when it comes to starch-based baby, so going forward, pretty much most powders are going to have some level of starch in them. So if they use cornstarch or arrowroot powder, it really just depends on what the ingredients are of it, on whether or not it is starch-based. But my product, Dynamo's Diaper Powder, is mostly arrowroot powder mixed with a bunch of other things. But the arrowroot powder itself is starch-based, and this is important to know because if you have a very severe diaper rash, it could be caused by a yeast infection. All right, so if you've never had a diaper rash that bad, trust me, you don't want one. And once it becomes a yeast infection, it becomes extremely difficult to get rid of. Basically, yeast feeds on sugar and starch, turns into sugar. So ultimately, if you use a cornstarch or arrowroot based baby powder on a yeast infection, you're going to end up feeding the yeast. So that is one thing to know about baby powders, and one reason why you might want to avoid using them if you have a very bad case of diaper rash. Because if you're not sure if it's a yeast infection or not, then you're going to be doing damage rather than help. James says, gotta love puppies, in and out, in and out. Yeah, that's what he does. He actually left to go greet my roommate, and then he decided he wanted to come back in. DGM says, I like baby wash. So you like the fragrance of baby wash? Also, I'm pretty sure there's probably different types of baby washes with different types of fragrances, but I'm going to assume you mean fragrance. Moises said, when I get my company up and running, I will put all the money back into the company. I don't care if I make money on this. I just want to help people. Well, that's an awesome sentiment. I could certainly appreciate that. So consult your doctor before use. Only if you have a very severe diaper rash. Like if you have a really, really bad diaper rash and you're buying diaper powder, if you're buying baby powder or diaper powder solely because you already have a very severe diaper rash, yeah. I mean, if it's that bad and you have the ability to consult your doctor, definitely. But for like if you just have mild form of diaper rash, that shouldn't be any issue with any kind of mild form of diaper rash. It just depends on how severe it is. And then on top of that, if you think it's a yeast infection, you can, Google search it, look up how to figure out if it's a yeast infection. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to figure that out. I don't know why I'm putting this dirt here. I just started doing it. But yeah, I mean, in most cases, baby powders are going to be fine. Unless you're in that situation where you have a very severe diaper rash and you're not sure if it's a yeast infection. Other than that, in pretty much any other case or situation, I don't know. I personally don't know of anything to be aware of beyond a yeast infection. And of course, there are different types of baby powders and diaper powders out there that use ingredients that may not actually be starch-based, and so in that particular case, they could actually be okay to use even if you have a yeast infection. Keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. I haven't done a whole ton of research, so there might be things I'm not aware of to consider. But for the most part, in all of my years of needing to wear diapers and all of my years of using baby powder, because I am one of those kinds of people who uses baby powder in every diaper change, I've never had any issues to be concerned of on any type of baby powder. So yeah. But whether or not you need baby powder, I mean, I think that's really just kind of a personal preference and the level of sensitivity that your skin has. So should you use baby powder, if you have sensitive skin like mine and you're constantly getting rashes and you want to add that extra layer of protection to prevent your rashes from occurring, yes, definitely. And especially my product is specifically designed for that. I've been testing it myself, designing it myself, using it on myself exclusively, and I've gotten a lot of great feedback from you guys, which I just covered in the last main video that I did. So if you haven't seen that yet, check that out. That's the 10,000 subscriber video where I'm talking about the powder giveaway. Also, if you're just joining and you haven't been here the whole time, if you're not already signed up for the powder giveaway, there's a link in the description below where you can enter in for a chance to win. What system are you playing Minecraft on? So right now I'm playing on PlayStation 4, but I am working with Teapot here to get a server set up where all different cross-platforms will be able to come, and we can actually all work together to build the Minecraft Diaperverse. So it would be cool at some point to like build some weird diaper statues or something. I don't know what the Minecraft Diaperverse is going to consist of or what the real Diaperverse will consist of whenever we get around to building that. But yeah, I've just been talking and not doing anything but talking and walking and digging and placing dirt. So what I would really like right now is some dark wood, because I don't like these colors of this wood that we have to use. Alright, let me just hop back up here and see if there's any comments on this. Teapot, the Foxwolf says, you may be able to reduce initial startup costs down to about $100,000, maybe less, with agreements between you and the factory. Interesting. Moises says, what is a good kind of powder? Well, Dynamo's diaper powder, of course. I mean, I could actually list a bunch of powders. I do have a good list here. Let me see. So other than Dynamo's diaper powder, and these are products that I haven't actually tried myself, but I am familiar with the ingredients that they use in the making of these products, and they all generally have a pretty decent name, pretty good price point. So anti-monkey butt powder is something that I would probably recommend looking into. We got anti-monkey butt, caldacine. I do believe those both have ingredients in them that would be good for combating mild forms of diaper rash. Hello Bello is a pretty well-known and reputable brand. I'd have to review their ingredients list to determine what I think about how well it might perform. Dude powder is another popular, I would say, dude powder, or the Dude brand lineup of options is a relatively known brand. This is a cool little cave. Might make for a good little base. So yeah, I mean, other than the standard Johnson & Johnson, obviously we kind of want to avoid their talcum, but their regular powders are okay. Their cornstarch. Yes, I mean, my favorites. Yeah, so Jade is correct. Right now, Dynamo's diaper powder is only available in the US. I am hoping to expand out and make it available internationally as soon as I can. I'm sort of growing this whole thing up organically through creating the content and just building with what I have, starting with what I have, and trying to get to somewhere bigger and more significant. Because really what I'm hoping will happen is that the powder can help finance the content, and in the content I can do bigger and more awesome things, cover more challenging things that we all face as diaper wearers, like going on trips or going to a water park or something like that. There's a lot of cool video ideas I have that I would like to do that are going to require a bit more cash flow than what I currently have. So that's one of the reasons why I originally created that as a product. But then as I got into creating it, I realized there were a lot of benefits to a diaper powder, specifically for those of us that need to wear diapers full time and suffer from constant rashes. So I'm on Xbox One, I run on PC. Teapot says you'll be able to join from your phone. So yeah, Teapot is helping me out with setting up a server where we all will be able to connect and play. I'm hoping that once we do that, we can have a more vocal interaction. That way I just think we'll be able to have a lot of really cool and informative conversations for anybody who's watching on the replay. And so if you are watching on the replay and you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Definitely do that. Over 80% of you who watch my content are not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button before I show up at your house and throw a dirty diaper in your face. Hey, I found dark wood. That's what I want. That's what I need. Takashi says, heck yeah, the Diaperverse. Yeah, you know, man. I mean, if you're getting excited about the Diaperverse, then you must have some familiarity with metaverses, and you probably know that this isn't a legitimate Diaperverse, but you know, one day. I'm gonna build that thing. I'm gonna build that thing like it ain't never been built before. Because it hasn't. Oh man, I came all the way over here without freaking backup tools? That is the worst. Where's my boat? And I lost my boat. Alright guys, I've been rambling for almost an hour here. I'm losing gas. You gotta get me hyped up, get me going about something. Alright, so how much is your powder? Jade linked him over to my website. Awesome, thank you Jade, appreciate that. That's what a good mod is gonna do, is help with the links. Teapot says, if you're wanting to target Europe, I may consider ordering a crate of it to try out on European market depending on what trade deals you have to offer. Dude, you've already got my contact information. I'm going to get you into the Discord server. We're going to have some more close chats here soon. So I'll send you an email once I get off this live stream and send you a link to the Discord. We can connect and do some chatting there. I do have something else in mind when it comes to expanding internationally, but at this point I'm open to all potential options. Definitely need to consider different routes and ways to approach expanding in that way. So I am certainly open to discussing. We got Stacy Weaver saying, hi, Diaper. Well, when it comes to of the names that you see, Diaper Dynamo, I guess, I mean, I would prefer you call me Dynamo, but you know, my name's Mark. For those of you who don't know, welcome to the live stream. Some of you may know me as Diaper. My brain absorbs information like a diaper. We got... guys, am I going in the right direction to get back to my house? I think I am. James says, Teapot, you rock. Yeah, Teapot's awesome. Teapot, I've got the studio set up. Can always connect the streams once we are up and running with the server. Okay. One more thing for us to connect and discuss, my friend. Moise says, when you build it, they will come. Like the Field of Dreams. So that's actually one of those things is, you know, if you build it, they might come. Depends on how you build it, and if you make it engaging enough to attract people. I'll set up a Discord account. Oh yeah, I guess you would need a Discord account if I'm going to invite you to the Discord server. Oh my goodness! I'm drowning! Ah! Moise says, hi Mark, love your videos and what you are doing. Well, thanks Moises, I appreciate having you on board. Welcome to the Diaper Army. You got the Diaper Army badge now, my friend. You're a soldier of Dynamo's Diaper Army. I salute you. T-Bot says, I'm full of surprises. Indeed you are. Indeed you are. Seem like a friend I'd like to have. What I do is write down where my main base is, then I can always get back. How do you write it down? Like, what do you do? Like, are there coordinates I can use? Shows how much I play this game for years now, and I don't know a lot about it. This is the level of my build skill right here. A box. Oh, I'm just kidding. I can build better than this, but right now I need to get an axe. Do I have enough material to make an axe? There are coordinates. Yes, yeah, I knew that. Of course I knew that. What do I look like? Jamil? I don't know what that is. What do I look like? We We got people coming and going in this live stream. So for those of you that missed it, we had a nice long discussion about talcum powder and the reason why you should avoid any products that have talcum powder. We also discussed some reasons why you might want to avoid baby powder. More specifically, you would want to, if you have a yeast infection, I'm a Minecraft master builder. I look forward to building the Diaperverse with you all. Awesome. Well, I look forward to learning some Minecraft building skills from you. Something that's better than this. I mean, I got creative skills. You guys know I got creative skills. I'm a creator. That's what I do. But I ain't got no build skills, apparently. At least not in Minecraft. The possibilities are endless. Choppy, chop, chop trees, diggity, dig, dig, a hole. Okay. Alright, so I got my axe. I got several axes. Alright, we need to go back. I want that dark wood because this is going to look booty without some contrast here. Alright, so we figured out the dark wood is in this direction. Just like dig. Well, you know, in Minecraft, you got to do a lot of digging and you got to do a lot of mining and then you got to do a lot of crafting. I'll tell you what, they did choose the right name for this game, Minecraft. They're like, what are we gonna call this game? And the guy's like, oh, I don't know. First you mine, and then you craft. Let's call it Minecraft. I don't know why they're British in this scenario, but yeah, that's just what happened. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up the live stream here in about 8 minutes, 10 minutes or so. So if you have any final questions you want to shoot my way, I'm opening up the floor to you. Feel free to ask whatever questions you have floating around in your mind. Ethan says, do you play Fortnite? So Fortnite isn't a game I've ever really gotten into myself. I'm not opposed to playing it. And if I recall correctly, I do believe Fortnite is another one of these games like Minecraft that is cross-platform that would allow more of us to connect and play. So I'm not opposed to that. I definitely get into a game with a little bit more action and more surprise and delight. So eventually, as we do more of these live streams and I get back into doing gaming more regularly, I would like to expand my library of games. I obviously know Fortnite is free, but you know, I'm sure there's a whole myriad of games that I haven't played that would be awesome to play in a live stream. Jared says, ever thought about streaming on Twitch? So I have considered it, but I'm not sure it's something I'm going to do at this point. Right now I'm just live streaming games on YouTube. That's what I can manage and handle. I'm really primarily focused on YouTube. I've kind of lately I've kind of stopped posting on TikTok, mostly out of concern for my mental health. TikTok was kind of a toxic place to be, for the most part. Not because of the comments or anything like that, but because of how the platform is operated and runs. It is... I think I've discussed this before, but it's just not good for my mental health to wake up and not know if my account's going to be there or not. I don't have to worry about that on any other platform but TikTok. So lately I haven't really been posting there. I don't know why I got onto that. Before you ever thought of, oh yeah, because we're talking about Twitch. So basically when it comes to streaming, I'm just going to stick to this for now. If at some point I need to incorporate Twitch into the live stream process, I would certainly like to, but things like that are going to happen more often once I have a team and I can get some help with all this stuff that I'm trying to do, just because my highest priority over everything is creating helpful content that serves the entire community. I obviously create a lot of different types of content. I do more 18 plus content for my Patreon community, so if that's something that you're like and you're into, You can find links to my Patreon in the description of most videos. I took it out of the description of this one. I wasn't anticipating bringing it up, but yeah, if that is something you're into, you can see that kind of content over there. But in general, most of my efforts and day is dedicated to creating YouTube videos at this point and short form content. Hey Mason, I appreciate that you want to know if I play The Sims, and I do love The Sims, but don't spam the chat like that. That's not cool. Ask your question once or twice. Ask your question once. If I don't answer within a few minutes, ask it again. But if you start spamming the chat like that, I'm gonna have to have my mod ban. You. It's not cool, bro. But yes, Sims 4 is an awesome game. I really love it. Though that's more of a computer game, and it's not something I have on my computer. Do I have a Steam account? I don't have a Steam account. Oh, yes, I do actually, on my other computer. But I don't use it very often. Jay says, I know TikTok has been a complete... but if you weren't on it, we may not have become friends. So I love it for that part. That's true. And it's not that I don't want to continue to create content there. It's just fallen way down my priority list. And I just, haven't had the time for it lately. And frankly, I'm feeling a lot better as a result because I'm not feeling totally anxious every day when I go to open it up. I still check it periodically just to make sure nothing's happened to my accounts. Ethan says, do you have a Discord? I could send you my favorite account. I do have a Discord, yes. I don't generally freely hand that out. Sometimes I send out links to that in my email list. So if you would like to gain free access to my Discord community, you'll have to sign up using the form in the description below for the diaper powder giveaway. That form fills you out for my email list, which I am trying to get in the habit of sending out an email at least once a week to everybody on the list. And occasionally, when I have reason to bring it up and discuss it, I offer access to the Discord community through that. Other than that, you need to join my Patreon program to get access to the Discord community. Or, like Moises just joined the YouTube membership program here, and he should have access to the Discord community. But I'm not sure. I've been really bad about the YouTube membership program and keeping up with the perks and all that stuff. So Moises, if you would like access to the Discord community and you don't have a link to it in YouTube, definitely reach out to me and let me know. I'll get you access to that. Carly says, computer games before me grew up with playing consoles. Computer games bore me. Are you playing on Xbox? Because if you are, I can friend you. I'm on PlayStation 4 at the moment. Jared says, want to try playing TF2? TF2? What's TF2? That's how out of touch I am. What's TF2? James says, let me know if you ever get back on. There is a lot of great games on Steam. Yeah, guys, I mean, what the heck was that? Oh, it's lightning. I'm like, I've never heard explosions like that in Minecraft. What the heck? Got me scared a little bit. Let me know if you get back on. So yeah, when it comes to playing games, I really don't have a lot of time for games these days. That's why I've tried to incorporate them into doing these live streams, because I do like playing video games. And in order for me to really justify it, I have to incorporate it into my work somehow. And so this is what I qualify as working for now. Team Fortress 2. Okay. I knew I should know that, but I don't know what you mean if I want to try it. Is it free or... So when it comes to trying a game like that, I'll have to plan it out so that way there's a whole stream specifically for that. That way I can appropriately title the stream and get a better thumbnail. Stuff like that. Maybe Moise says I have a PS4. Do you play any game system? I'm playing on a PS4. I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else in the chat, but the PlayStation 4 is what I'm currently playing on. I'm surprised you can't hear the jet engine right now. It's usually gets pretty loud. Carly, I started on console, then I tried PC, never looked back. The graphics is on another level. That is understandable. Moise says, what did you say? My phone messed up. I was basically saying that if you want access to the Discord community and you can't find the Discord link somewhere in the YouTube membership program, just reach out to me and I'll get you access to that. It's probably, I don't know if it's in there still, and even if it is, the link in there is probably expired at this point. This is my building skills right here. Oh, I forgot, I was making glass a long time ago. Alright, everybody's saying Team Fortress 2, Team Fortress 2. Alright, it's free. I'd watch Meet the Team Fortress crew. Okay. I'll have to look into that one. That sounds like a popular one you guys are into. It's free, but you have to buy something in-game to communicate with other players. Oh, that's lame. So you can play for free, but you can't actually talk to or chat with anybody until you buy something. Alright. Get a little window going on here. Little window into my soul. Alright guys, I'm about to call it here. It's been a very long day, a very busy day. I wish every day could be as productive as today was. It was super awesome. I love days like today. But I gotta pace myself because I have a bad habit of going too far and too hard on days like today. And so now I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna relax and watch some TV. And then we'll start this content game all over again tomorrow morning. So for those of you who are new to the Diaper Dynamo content, I do content on Instagram, Twitter, less so on TikTok these days, more focused on YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to enter in for your chance to win a free bottle of Dynamo's diaper powder using the link in the description below. And if you would like to try Dynamo's diaper powder yourself, if you haven't given it a try yet, and you would like an introductory discount to the product, enter in DDA20. That's Dynamo's Diaper Army. So DDA20 for 20% off your first purchase. So yeah, if you're watching this on the replay, you might want to rewind that because I did not put that code in the description anywhere. I can add it once I'm done. But guys, thank you so much for joining me for this live stream tonight. I really appreciate all of you hopping in and asking your questions and listening to me blabber on for over an hour about baby powder and diaper powder and diapers and gaming and the Diaperverse, all that stuff. So thank you all for joining me. I will be doing another live stream again soon, and be on the lookout for the main release this week. For those of you who need the reminder, until next time, stay dry.